part 11 of sharing my story on here because this is so much easier than writing another book. Okay, so it's a mid-90s. We're in Hawaii and my pimp takes me over there to work the track because he says it's a totally different track. It's like nothing you've ever seen. You just got to see it to believe. And boy, he was not kidding. It was like the best of the best girls and women, girls, really girls and women, because I was still a girl at this point, from all over the world. And part of the deal was that I had to learn to speak some conversational Japanese in order to be able to get the highest paid clients. And it's funny because I only remember 2 sentences. Skoshi nihongo ga hanasimasu, yukiri hirasite kudasai. And that basically just means that I only speak a little bit of Japanese, so please speak slowly so I can understand. That's my best translation, I guess. And then hyakuman yen, because they always want to know how much. And $1 million is my total. Got a good laugh and high prices. But I get over there and there are girls like I have never seen. Like they are so beautiful. And it's not as hidden, like it wasn't that hidden anyway in the 90s, but in Hawaii, like right in Waikiki, it was, we were really loud with it. Like we were all out there in like thong bikinis and 6-inch stilettos. It was crazy. I had a tendency to take a classier approach. I still wore like my suits and really cute, classy stuff because I had a tendency to make more money going the classy route than if I went more of the too revealing route. But the way the laws were set up there, they just, or the cops worked, or however it was, we had to stay within these 3 square blocks. So you could work all the way around the block, but there were 3 of them right in a row and you had to stay in that area, otherwise the cops would bust you. And there were probably 300 to 500 girls in that area. It was insane. Everywhere you looked, you would see clusters of them, and there were certain ones that were just really getting their money, and it was just wild. And I was one of those where it's like I didn't want to fuck around with everybody else because it just wasn't a good deal. The pimps are out rat-a-tat-tatting, and it wasn't fun. It's just easier to turn your tricks, make your money, and be done. Because there's always just so much drama. And I've never really been one for drama. So, there were a couple things that happened in Hawaii that were really, really intense. And the first one happened, and this was the thing that, one of the things that helped me break free from all the shit in my head. So I had turned this trick. I was walking with him back to his place because there the hotels and condos were all like in the same building. And I was going back to his place with him. And when I walked in his door, 2 other guys jumped out. And the next thing I know, I woke up. I was unclothed and covered in my own red stuff. I'm trying to be social media friendly here. All the stuff that comes out of your veins. That was all over my body. And I've got 2 bungee cords, one around my ankles and one around my wrists. And I'm in the bottom of a closet. And I have no idea what's going on. Like last thing I remember was coming in. And I was just petrified. That's the best way to put it. I was just completely frozen. And I wake up and I just am listening, not moving, and I hear nothing. And I'm just like, I'm not hearing anything. And it's like, what do you do? And after I got unfrozen, I started just shimmying out. Like the ones, they weren't, I got out. And there was nothing in the room. Like my clothes were gone, everything was gone. I just ran. It was like a mile and a half straight through Waikiki, broad daylight. It's like mid-afternoon. I'm covered in stuff and no clothes. And what's always pondered me is been a ponderable for me. It didn't come out right. Was why no one stopped me. Like, wouldn't that be something you would be like, hey, stop her, she might need some help? Nobody stopped me. And I made it all the way up. We were in, the Ilokai? I think that's what it's called. It's right on the water. It's a great big, high rise. And we were up on the 28th floor, and I took the elevator all the way up. And I got to the room and I knocked on the room door, and he answered. And his response, like, fucked my head in so many different ways. He literally picked me up like a baby, and carried me over to the couch, and he sat me on his lap on the couch, and he cried. And I was like, why are you upset? Like, what's going on? Why are you crying? And he said, he was like, I was seeing if he'd been looking for me for 3 days. He had been looking for me. And he's like, I didn't know where you went. He's like, I knew you hadn't chosen. You hadn't been out working. Didn't know what happened to you. You hadn't called, like you hadn't been arrested. And it occurred to me for the first time that he couldn't protect me. And that all of this hype that he had been feeding me, where it was like me and him against the world, and he couldn't protect me. He couldn't save me. Like, what's he going to do? Call the cops? My hose missing? Like, it doesn't work like that. And I'm on an island. Where the hell am I going to go? And I was just gone. And he couldn't protect me from them. And so that was a pretty big, like, realization that it's really not me and him against the world. It's just me. I'm the one doing it, and he has absolutely, like, no power. And I think he kind of clocked that, because my punishment for being kidnapped, was to put me in the trunk of the car. And we started practicing how to not get kidnapped. And that meant I had already memorized all the roads and all the streets because he had prepared me for it. But I did not yet know how to navigate a city from the trunk of the car. So he would lock me in the trunk of the car. First time it was terrifying. And this was when faith really set in for me for the first time, because I didn't know what he was going to do and that he was trying to teach me anything. Really, he just kidnapped me again, put me in the trunk of the car, and told me to count corners. And I will never forget the gray-black carpet of the back of the vehicle in the trunk, and just praying, like, God, if you get me out of this, I will dedicate the rest of my life to helping other people. Like, just get me out of this alive, please. And it was, I meant it with everything in my soul. And I don't know who I was praying to or what I was praying to. I was just like, universe, get me out of this alive. So the lesson really was that I needed to learn how to navigate from the trunk of the car. I scored amazingly well, and he let me out, and I went back to work. And that was pretty freaking terrifying. There was one other incident that we're going to have to get to in the next video, but I did not make my quota one time. The entire time I was with him, there was one time I did not make my quota. And it changed me forever. So we'll get to that.